Hi, my name is Jim Burris, and I help people who have tried everything to get their life back to normal after suffering from anxiety for months, years, decades in some cases. I suffered from anxiety from probably about the age of 13. Probably it was probably a little bit earlier than that. Had my first panic attack, my first two within a couple days of each other I think I was around 14 years old. I was in the eighth grade, I think is what it was. I know it was in the eighth grade. It was in November or December of whatever year that would have been, 91, something like that. Had my last panic attack in the Tampa Bay airport in 2015. In those 25-ish years that I suffered from anxiety, I had derealization, depersonalization. That was the main symptoms that were just constant. I dealt with that for 20 years nonstop, 25 years nonstop. OCD, agoraphobia, health anxiety. If you're dealing with anxiety, a real anxiety condition, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And people come to me, or I help people after they've tried everything, prescription drugs, different talking therapies, the tappings, the meditations, the acupuncture. All those are, wonderful therapies, and they do help a lot of people. But oftentimes, if you have a critical underlying anxiety, a fear disorder, those will just mask the symptoms. Maybe they'll cover them up. But some people do get some benefit from those, and I'm grateful and I'm happy for them, and I'm sure they're grateful too, and they've gone back to enjoy their life. But if you've tried those and they haven't worked, I'm assuming that's why you're here to watch this video. Today I want to talk to you about self-image and how that changes, and really what it is and how it changes after you end your anxiety disorder. So just briefly, what self-image is, or self-concept, or who you are. It's kind of a weird personal development guru term that there's a lot of really just charlatans on YouTube and the internet that talk about it. It's not that it's not a real thing. It's a very real thing. Science, it's proven that. But most people, they don't really understand it. They've just read a book or two, and then they kind of get on the internet and they run their mouth about it, and they get people's money, and they may help some people. I'm sure they do. But, you need to look at your self-concept, your self-image. It really controls who you are and what you do every day, every year. Anxiety, just put anxiety aside. If there's stuff that you've wanted to do and you have all the information to do it and you know how to do it, but you don't do it, it's because your self-concept, your self-image won't allow you to do it. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just wired. It's who you are. It's wired into your brain. You've probably heard the term neuroplasticity. And you'll never have any change. And I'm not trying to just say this to scare people. You will only have change in your life when you develop the concept of yourself who wants the things that you want in your life. Whether that's to be to excel in your career. Again, whether you work in a factory or you're the CEO of a huge corporation, you're only going to go as far as your self-image will allow you to go. And with anxiety, with a real underlying anxiety disorder, that's just going to get in the way for most people. This isn't a blanket statement for the entire population of the earth. But if you're hearing this video, you're hearing it for a reason. One of the first things you need to do when you do get your anxiety gone, or at least start to get it under control to where you can function, and then you can really reshape your mind. That sounds like a silly term, but that's really what you're doing, is you're just building the new habits. Your paradigm, self-image, is essentially just a multitude of habits. And until you get in there literally, and change the wiring of your brain to the self-concept of who you want to be, you'll never have lasting change, permanent change in your life. Why is it that some people, they just go to the gym every day? They're very fit. They can sit down to a meal and they can order, chicken and whatever, a healthy meal would be for them, right? Why is it that some people, eat McDonald's or even if you do try to eat healthy, you just don't see the results, or in business and sales, if you're not seeing the results that you're capable of, or even if you're an auto mechanic and you like troubleshooting is a big thing for highly skilled auto technicians, whether it's motorcycle technicians, automotive technicians, airplane, if you want to get better at that, creating a better self-concept, a different self-concept, I shouldn't use the word better, of someone that's an excellent troubleshooter, will change how you perform in your job function. So, the anxiety can essentially, it's part, whether you know this or not, most doctors and psychologists, some psychologists will probably tell you or are aware that essentially the problem with anxiety, a real anxiety disorder, it becomes who you are, right? It becomes part of your identity, right? So in life, and I won't dive deep in this, we have roles and we have identities. So it's, what you do, but versus who you really are, someone that's let's just go with the excellent troubleshooter in the automotive industry. They would spend time practicing their craft, reading books, going to seminars, and not just going or whatever, like the continuing education training is called. They wouldn't go just because they'll make a couple extra bucks or their dealership told them they had to go. They would go because it's who they are. They want to better who they are. Someone that's in sales would read a sales book and study it or do continuing education because they're an excellent salesperson, versus someone who just goes because I'm reading this book because my boss told me to read it, right? But once you eliminate, so anxiety will get in the way of that. And it's essentially because of the what if, the intrusive thoughts. It's a little more complex than this, but essentially those thoughts won't allow you to accept who you're capable of being. So whatever, and this is relevant to, I'll be 47 years old this year. I'm 46 years old, and this is March 22nd of 2025. If you're an 80-year-old person, you can still change your self-concept. If you're a 14-year-old person, we wouldn't be watching this video anyways, but let's say you're 21, you can change the concept of who you are. And if you have an anxiety disorder, you have to start there. You have to start with eliminating those what-if thoughts, those intrusive thoughts, the OCD, the derealization. And you do that, it's a simple process to do. It does take a little bit of, I'm going to use the D word, discipline. But the good news is I can help you through that. So now I'll just talk about that briefly. I have nothing to sell you. Right now I'm offering what I learned, how to eliminate anxiety from my life. I was taught by a guy in Florida. He was a mentor of mine. He's an old guy. He's a real estate investor. He's very happy. He's not interested in teaching this to the masses. He learned it from, I think it was a doctor in Europe that he had saw. But I am. I'm inspired by helping people eliminate anxiety in their life, because I know how my life has changed in the last 10 years, roughly 10 years, since I've eliminated the panic disorder in my life. I've eliminated the derealization. I haven't had a panic attack in 10 years. I've been able to become more and do more and have more, not just from a physical standpoint or a thing standpoint, as far as like cars and vacations. I've done that. I mean, I have a better career than I did 10 years ago. I'm able to do more, but I'm a better person. I'm more present. Is the biggest gift that I could ever give someone, is to teach them how to be present, to become present in your life and not live in the past or live in the future, right? That's essentially what anxiety kind of is. That's a very elementary term. Depression is, living in the past, and anxiety is worrying about the future. It's kind of a bullshit statement, but it's easy to get. It kind of hits the premise. But just being present, allows me to master my craft better. I have 3 kids and have about to have 4 grandkids now, I think. And I'm in the most amazing relationship, and I'm able to be present for her, for my girlfriend, and to have amazing relationship because I don't have that monster in my brain or wherever that thing resides that's constantly those what if thoughts and the other anxiety symptoms, the physical symptoms that you get from, the adrenaline, all the different cortisol, right? You know what it is, and you don't need to understand all that. You just need to know, I feel odd, I feel unhappy, or I feel scared and frightened and just uneasy about every situation. You can eliminate that. I'm offering for free the Peaceful Mind Blueprint. There's a link in the description. I'll walk you through that, the exact process that I did. I'm not a doctor. I'm not playing one here on this video. I'm just going to share my story, and you can choose to apply it in your life and follow along. And also, I'll help you with your self-image. So what is it that you've wanted to become? And people set goals, and those are great for things and vacation, whatever, you would set goals for. It's people usually cars and money, and that's awesome, and those things are neat, right? Money allows you to have it does allow you to have a better life because you can do more things, right? But it's not all about the money. But once you eliminate the anxiety, once you eliminate that fire that's just burning and raging and holding you back, I'll help you work on your self-image so you can, maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you just want to excel in your career. Maybe you're in retirement and I don't know, you live in the city and you want to move to the country or vice versa, and you just haven't been able to figure out how to do it. You can do it. You absolutely can. There's a process once you become present and you have control of your mind and your thoughts and the images that you see in your mind. That may be a foreign concept. Sorry, my dogs are about to make some noise here. But once you eliminate that in your life and you can focus and be present, the world, what is that saying? The world is your oyster or whatever. The world is yours. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. You just have to have the willingness, which I'm assuming if you watch this, you've had enough of anxiety and you're ready to take that next step. So here's what you do. You click the link in the description. You join the Peaceful Mind Blueprint. It's totally free. Here's the dirty little secret. I'm going to sell it in the future. Right now, as I'm getting started, I'm really just formulating I have the program written down, but I want to fine tune it going through repetitions like you would do anything with people that I'm going to help 100% for free. There's no gotcha. You have lifetime access to it. As I add to the program, you'll have access to all those. It's going to be Zoom calls or Teams call. Well, it'll be Zoom. I won't use Teams for this, or maybe a Google Meet, where I walk you through, what anxiety is, and that right there helps most people, just understanding, I'm not mentally ill and there's hope. And then I walk you through the blueprint, the exact step-by-steps, and I virtually hold your hand. I'll walk you through the process. You can start to apply it in your life, and then we'll have the weekly calls where you hop on the Zoom call, and you ask your questions, and you hear other people's questions. So there's things that you don't know, and by hearing other people's questions, it can bring that awareness to your life to make positive impact in your life. So it's a very simple process. It's relatively easy to do. You just have to have the willingness to do it. There's no cost. There's no join the program and, now here's the gotcha, you got to spend $4.95. There's none of that. It's absolutely free. It's not going to be free forever. Probably within the next 2 weeks to 30 days, I'm going to be charging for it. Just because it is a business, and I do have like a tech stack and tools that I do use to provide this to people. So obviously got to pay for that. But I want to help people. I know that, like what is the Zig Ziglar saying? You can have anything you want in life if you just help other people get what they want. And there's so many fraudsters out there peddling bullshit about anxiety and all kinds of other things online. And it's frustrating. They're just trying to sell a shovel You know what I mean? Like like the gold rush, more people made money selling stuff to gold miners than gold miners actually made. That's a little bit different scenario, but there's just a lot of bullshit on the internet. And I want to break through that and actually help people. And it's inspiring to me. I believe this is my purpose, or part of my purpose on planet Earth, is to help people who are dealing with this so they can discover their purpose. Whatever it is. It may be to help other people with anxiety. It may be, you could be a doctor or whatever, a medical professional that has anxiety, that's never gotten results, even in your own profession. That doesn't mean your professions, obviously doctors are amazing and wonderful. We should all be grateful for them, or most of them. But if you haven't recovered from anxiety and you've tried everything, you're missing something. There's something you don't know that you don't know. And this could be it. This could be it. I'm not saying this is it for 100% of the people out there, but I think most people that have a long-term anxiety disorder, that they've tried everything and it doesn't go away, it's because you don't understand that you have this certain type of intellect that causes those. It's always looking for something, right? It's what if thoughts, and just scanning your body for bumps and lumps and weird sensations and feelings, and you know exactly what it is. You can't go to the store. Why? Why can't you go to the store? Why do you feel like you have to vomit if you go outside? There's people that the anxiety symptoms are wild. It affects people's visions. I never knew I had eye floaters until I had anxiety. Never knew I had them. After I had my first panic attack, I thought my eyes were broken because I became so hyper vigilant and aware. Eye floaters, I'm sorry if you have them and now you're thinking about them. Just don't. They're a normal thing. Most people have them. I don't ever really see them anymore. You still have them. But once I had anxiety, they were there all the time, and they drove me crazy. Or tinnitus is another common thing, right, with anxiety and there's so many things. Back pain, there's a lot of different things, and we can't go down that road on this short video because I try to keep them short, but they go way longer. So if you're ready to commit and you feel that it's the right thing to do, the timing is right. I don't know when the timing will be right if it's not right now. Go in the description, click on the link, enter your information. I'll get in touch with you. I'll walk you through how to join the blueprint. There's no cost. There's no gotcha. I promise you. And we'll end anxiety in your life. We'll start working on your self-image. We'll talk about what do you want to do, and maybe you want to continue to do what you're doing now. You just want to do it better, but maybe you want to change careers. This isn't just a one and done. Your anxiety's over. I'm here for the long haul. I want to build an entire robust program that really makes a difference in people's lives. So my name is Jim Burris. I'm here to help you. If you're ready to get started, click the link below in the description, and I'll see you on the inside. Have an amazing day. I know you will.